Hey lovelies, thanks for stopping by for today's late night favorites. It's almost 11 o'clock at night, but I had the time to sit down and share with you. We are already like a week into May, so I was like, well, Kelly, you got to get these April favorites up. So I'm doing it here with you tonight. Sorry it's a little dark, but this is how we roll. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that I've absolutely been loving and a few things that are just sort of like, they're not favorites, they're not fails, but they sort of fell flat. So I have a couple of those to share with you as well. But if we haven't met before, my name is Kelly and I'm a professional hair and makeup artist. And here on my channel, I strive to keep beauty real. Real honest, real relatable, and real fun. So if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, don't forget to click subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. That might be the fastest I've ever said my intro. So, where shall we start? Let's start with a couple things that I can move to the side and not knock around. Let's talk about the fragrance that I have been wearing a lot. I have two that are very much spring scents and one that is a little bit more of like a heavier, sexier scent, a date night scent, if you will. I'm gonna start with the one that I just absolutely can't put down. I talked about it in my spring picks for the year. If you haven't seen that video, by the way, I highly recommend checking it out, not only to get my favorites, but also it was a collab with Alicia Budget Beauty, so make sure to check out her video as well. But I talked about this one. This is from Juliana's Perfume, and this is Spirit of Mojave. It is a dupe for Byredo's Mojave Ghost. Listen, y'all. Okay, so unless you have a lot of fragrance, this is probably not going to look like a lot, but I have not had this fragrance for this long, and I already have a significant dip in this one because I cannot put it down. I think it is so appropriate for every season, every occasion, every temperature. It is just amazing. It is the fresh, clean, slightly sweet, a little bit floral. So yummy. I talk about the notes in that video. I'm not going to go into this one too much, but I just had to say I can't put this one down. I can't put it down. It is such a, like, an easy reach, right? Like, it is the one that if I'm not sure who I'm going to be around, if I'm not sure how close to those people I'm going to be, if I'm wanting something that makes me feel really confident, but isn't going to be something that's overpowering for others, this is great. I absolutely love it. And by the way, it is a small fraction of the price of the Byredo scent, and I love it. I can't say exactly how close it is. It's been a while since I've smelled that one, but I think it's great regardless. So it stands on its own 2 feet. This is a brand, by the way, that you do really want to let macerate for a while for the full potential of the fragrance. So if you do ever get anything from Juliana's, it's going to be best. It's going to be best after like a month or 2. I know that sounds like a long time. It's not like it's not going to be okay to begin with, but it's going to be better with time. All right, so here is another one that I absolutely love. I didn't wear it enough last spring, but I do think it is so perfect for spring, and I've already been using it quite a bit. It's Juliette Has a Gun Pear Ink. This is delectable, delicious. It is slicing into a fresh pear on a crisp day. So tasty. Here's the thing about this one. This is one of those scents that I feel like you can maybe get a little blind to after you've been wearing it, but it actually does last a long time. The one day I wore this, I don't know, it was probably like 9 hours later. When I got home, Jeremy gave me a hug and he's like, wow, you smell great. And I was like, I do? And I kind of like smelled myself. I was like, I don't really smell anything. I'm like, are you sure? And then I was like, is it my deodorant? Like, I don't know. I was like, and he was like, somebody's like, no, he's like, it smells really good. Like, what perfume is that? And I was like, oh, wow. So I think this is something that because it is so fresh, and I don't mean like citrusy, it's not really a freshie. I just mean like, it just has that like, it's a fruity skin scent, if that makes any sense. So I think I just couldn't smell it anymore, but he really liked it. I have also been enjoying pairing this with fig scents. So if you have any fig scents in your collection, they make a great combo. I've been pairing it with Dias and Durga Debaser, and it's a great one. All right, the sexy scent. I talked about this in my recent What I Took on Vacation video because I was sharing all of the beauty items and a couple other random items that I took on our 13-day trip, and this was date night scent, baby. This was the sexy, sexy scent. Speaking of, every single night that I would wear this, and it was the same one every time, Jeremy would be like, ooh, that smells good. This is Initio Side Effect. So obviously this is my little one from Scentbird. It is It's sexy. It's spicy. It's cinnamony. It's boozy. So good. It's expensive though. It's really expensive. Now I will say I got the Juliana's perfume dupe to go ahead and give a go, but I'm letting it sit for a little bit to see how I feel. I liked it, you know, from the initial go ahead. I just want to see how it is after it gets to like sit and macerate for a little bit, because small batch fragrances, you know, they aren't sitting on the shelf. It's like, this is a really bad comparison maybe, but it's like that bowl of chili, you know, like that pot of chili. It's good right away, but like the next day after it's had time and, you know, everything's been able to mesh and meld for a while longer, it's even better. That's how fragrance is. And, you know, big brand fragrance, they're making a lot of bottles. They're sitting in a warehouse. They're getting shipped to stores where they sit on the shelf for a little while. So it's not the same with small batch brands. So I'm waiting to see how the Juliana's is. I will, by the way, link that one as well, but I'll also link the Initio one. It's so good. It's full bottle worthy, but if I find that the dupe is just as good, why spend the money, right? You know what? They're sitting right here. I do want to give mention to a couple brushes that I have really been enjoying. This one I haven't been able to put down. I put it down for a little while, and now we're like living our best life again together. This is the A506. This is one of Angie's brushes. This, of course, is a little kitten paw brush, as TikTok started calling it. I've always called it the Baby 101. This one I started using again for concealer, and it is so nice. It's just easy. It whisks it on. You know, this I took on vacation and I used it quite a bit. It was like, okay, I didn't wear a ton of makeup, but a lot of days I just wanted a little bit of concealer to kind of like brighten up my eye, to get rid of any, you know, under eye situation going on. So this was very quick and I just love it. The other one, I've talked about this brush and how I like it for, you know, a quick and easy tinted moisturizer application, but the 109, which of course is like the midi, right? Like this is a little smaller than the 101. This is even smaller than the 101, but they're very similar shapes. This one I primarily was using for like tinted moisturizer, maybe like a cream bronzer sometimes, but I really just wasn't using it for that many other cream products. This I used for my cream blushes on the cruise. And let me tell you, I now cannot put this one down. This is what I want to use for my cream blushes at all times. Like, I'm just like, I can't stop, won't stop. And we're just gonna roll right into, oh, by the way, I should mention, I have bought a set of these, but I've also been given a set from the brand. I am affiliated. My code KeepBeautyReal will save you if you want to pick up some of the things that I love from the brand. So I will make sure to have those linked down below as well. But that brings us into the cream blush that I wore on vacation and just couldn't stop when I got back. And it is this one. This is the Yummy Skin Flush Balm in the shade Bellini. Yo, this is gonna be that perfect like spring into summer transitional shade. Now, I've already lost most of my tan from our trip, but I still have a little bit of color. And let me tell you, when I was at my deepest, this was just like, it was hot. It was hot. So I'm still enjoying wearing it now, but it is just more of that like bright and cute, but on a tan, it is sexy. It's sexy, sexy. So I am absolutely loving it. Also, can I just say, I am very tempted to get one of the low lighters. I'm very tempted to get one of the new low lighters. I'm hoping that Sephora will have them in store. Honestly, I feel like I'm like behind in the beauty world after being gone for essentially 2 weeks and coming back and just hitting the ground running and not really having time to like catch up. But I'm hoping that Sephora will have them so I can kind of swatch them to see if I really need them. We'll see. I don't know. I'm tempted. I've really loved all of my Yummy Skin products that I've purchased, so very tempting. If you have one, let me know. I think that they came out yesterday as I'm filming this, I think. All right, since we've rolled right into the face makeup, I'm gonna just back it up just a little bit to a very important step, and that is sunscreen. Took this on my trip. This is beautiful. This is the RMS Super Natural Radiant Serum. This is a broad spectrum SPF. This is an SPF of 30, and I have it in the shade Medium Aura. I do also have this in the shade Light Aura. It is very nice. Medium Aura is what I'm using right now. It just gives that slightly, I want to say bronzy, but it's really like a beautiful, like just skin boosting shade. It has a little bit of coverage, a little bit of glow. It's really delicious. I wore this a lot with the Auric Glow Lust in Pyrite. You probably saw that I took it in this little baby disaster of a jar, but I did take a small size of it on our trip, and when I got back, I was like, yeah, I'm just loving this. I'm loving this combination. This actually, I think, has a bit more coverage than this does, but this also has quite a bit of that glow, and some days that's all I wanted. I just wanted a little bit of coverage, a lot of glow, hydration, juicy skin. Loved it on the trip, kept using it. This is definitely going to be one that I am going to keep out and continue to use. I sort of got away from using my Auric Glow Lust. I don't know why, honestly. It's just because they sort of got put in a drawer and I haven't been using them. This one is so beautiful. I have 2 shades, but this is the one that I'm going to be reaching for right now. All right, a couple more complexion things to talk about. One I purchased and one that I got in PR, and I'm very lucky to love them both. They are on totally opposite sides of the spectrum as far as products go. But I do love them both, and that is because they both have a really nice olive undertone. So of course, Lisa's Seamless Skin Enhancing Tint. I'm really enjoying this. It's actually what I was wearing today. Now, it's probably pretty much worn off at this point because I put my makeup on at like 7 a.m. and it is now, like I said, it's probably 11:30 at this point. So, but I love it. And it wears off beautifully, you know? Like, I feel like, yeah, so what? So a lot of my pigmentation has come back through. I don't care. It still looks like nice skin, and that's what's important to me. So this is what I have on today. Now, this one on its own, I don't think I will use. As I mentioned in the makeup playdate where I tried it on, this dries pretty fast on its own. But what I like to do is either cocktail it with a really great priming moisturizer. Obviously, I'm trying to use up this primerizer, but you could use it with a lot of different things, or a glowy product, like even mixing in some Auric would really help. Or a different foundation. I have actually mixed these two together. I talked about how I've been mixing these two together as well because I was so tan. There's something about the finish of this and the color of it, but really it's the longevity for me. Well, the longevity and the finish. I like that this keeps me from getting too overly glowy, and it just wears so long. It really does. I mean, I know that they say up to like 24 hours. Did I say that this is the Urban Decay Face Bond? I don't know if I actually said the name. Anyway, it's the Face Bond. They sent this over in PR, and I really like this. I really like this. It's a cocktailer for me, you know, like it just dries down a little too fast. Other than that, I would maybe consider wearing it on its own. But for me, I do also, by the way, I looked on the website and I can't find this sponge. I don't know if it was just for the PR package or if they're making this sponge. If you can find this though, this is a cutie. This is a keeper. It gets really nice and big. It's nice and squishy, and it does absolutely work well for applying this and getting more of like a light coverage, but you could build this up to medium for sure if that's what you'd like to do. So I'm absolutely loving both of those. This one, I think I'll get a lot of use out going into the warmer months, just to kind of like keep a little bit of that shine at bay and keep the coverage as we're like rolling into the warmer months, so I'm not like sweating it off. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about the one complexion product that, like I said, it's not a favorite, it's not a fail. It's just sort of that like, meh, forget about it kind of product. So I pulled this out of my singles collection of face products for the spring Shop My Stash. Now, this had a cult following back in the day, back in the early day of YouTube, before I was really very like versed in MAC products. This is Margin Blush, and like I said, many people had this one. I remember liking it. Now, I am a little bit too dark for this right now. I mean, it's really not going to show up, right? So it would maybe be a blush topper. But even when I wore it, like before we went on vacation, I don't know, there's just something about this. Let me see if I can even get a swatch. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's really more of a blush topper. Maybe you can see it there. I've got the lights turned up pretty high, so I'm going to keep this back here just so there's not too much glare, so that you can kind of see it a bit more true. But it is really, it's just not there. It's it's really not there. What is there is sparkle and reflect. That's not really my thing. I don't know if it's just because it's lighter and that's all that shows on my skin. I also don't know if it's just because this is older. I've had this in my collection for a long time, but it's not serving me any purpose other than kind of showing texture on my skin, because I didn't see it. And so then I just kept putting more on. And then it was like, okay, there's so much powder on my face now. I don't need that. So this one is going to be leaving my collection. And you know what? That's exactly why I do my seasonal shop my stash, at least part of it. You know, it's to pull out some things that I haven't been utilizing, that I have sort of forgotten about, to either give them their moment in the sun to really be able to enjoy them, or to realize that they're not what I remember and I haven't been using it anyway. And I tried to give it its moment in the sun and it just didn't shine. I mean, it did shine, but that's all it did. It just was glittery reflect. So I'm moving along from this one, which is okay. I have more than enough blush in my collection. We can let one go. All right, let's move into some lip products. So I have a couple here. The first one I want to talk about is these little cuties, the Queen Musia lipsticks. These are the cream matte formula. Here I have the shade that I was actually wearing earlier today. It's not what I have on right now. That's another one that's going to be coming. But this is the shade Becky Sharp. I have to say, this is the one that I wore in the larger portion of my makeup playdate video. I love this color. I love this color, and the formula is so nice. It is like that soft, creamy lipstick that really does, to me, it starts out with a slightly satin finish, but it does dry down into a very comfortable matte. Like, it was so comfortable. I didn't really feel like anything was on there. This morning, after about 3 or 4 hours of wear, I was like, I'm pretty sure that my lipstick wore off because I don't really feel anything. And I went and looked in the mirror and it was still there. It was still there. I just didn't feel anything. So absolutely great. These are really nice. Now, the brand did give me a discount code if you want to save 10%. That is Keep Beauty Real. It is an affiliate code, so I will earn a small commission if you do decide to shop. But honestly, I'm really liking these lipsticks. So I have the 2 shades. The other one, if you didn't see that video, is Montreux. I also love this shade. This is one that I'll probably pull out quite a bit as we roll into summer. Both of them are very nice. You do see me wearing both of these in that video, so if you're wanting to see lip swatches, you can check that one out. Is that okay? So 2 other lip products to talk about. Again, this is one that it's like, it's not a fail. It just kind of let me down. It just kind of let me down. I ordered a couple of these Buxom Plump Shot in the like duochromatic or multi-chromatic formula. I was so excited. The Instagram PR images were gorgeous. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm gonna go onto the Buxom Instagram and see. I will put it here. This is the one that I was mostly into. This was Celestial Nude. Y'all, it's what I'm wearing today. Now I have underneath, uh-oh, where did I just put that pencil? I must have put it back in here. This also I've been actually wearing quite a bit. It's the Lisa Eldridge Sculptin shade in 0N. Now, I think next time I do want to try this with a bit warmer lip pencil, but this is just that like cool neutral shade. You know, I'm living my best 90s life, right? So I'm telling you. Okay, so in the Buxom photos, it looks juicy, it looks wet, it looks super shiny. I mean, I almost feel like the Margin blush is shinier than this lip plumper. It's pretty. It is very pretty. It's not at all what I thought it was going to be. It's just not as juicy. The formula isn't as thick. It doesn't fill in the lines like I thought it would. What I will say though is this formula is super comfortable on this one. It is more of that, like, almost feels like a primer, you know, like almost like a little bit silicone-y, but not in an icky way, in a really nice, smooths everything out sort of way. Even though it doesn't fill in the lip lines, it feels really smooth. Am I making any sense here? The problem is though, is I also got the shade Spellbound Pink. Now this shade is a different formula. Same formula, but they feel totally different. So this Spellbound Pink, it really doesn't have a lot of base to the color. What it does have is these duochromatic glitters. I I don't know if you can even see that. I'm going to zoom you in momentarily. It's going to get a little dark. Nope, still can't see it. You're just going to have to trust me on this one. It has, oh, maybe you can see it there. Maybe you can see it there. Glitters. And I'm going to call them glitters because, oh, hello, that's the wrong way. Hi. Late night filming at its finest. So this has these glitters. Now, right now, I can't feel them, but I would have sworn that I could feel them on my lips. But I mean, it is sparkle. It is not, it's sparkle. It is like, maybe, are we going to see any? Maybe not. It's not cute. It's okay. It's a little youthful. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need glitters on my lips. I don't need glitters on my lips. That's just not my vibe. So a little disappointed. I did get 20% off because the brand was doing like a site sale. I was really excited. I don't know. I might try to find a reason to wear a sparkly lip gloss, but I just don't. I might just see if one of my nieces wants it. Now this one I will use. It's pretty. It's pretty, but it's not what I thought it was going to be. But I do like the formula of it. You know, it has a little bit of that cooling. I don't really think it really plumps my lips that much. Honestly, my City Lips plumping lip glosses do a way better job of plumping. They do a way better job of filling in the lip lines, and they have some beautiful colors as well. Are they like duo multi-chromatic? No, but they're really nice. So I will just stick with those. They're honestly like about the same price at full price. So I'm just going to stick with those. So that was a little bit of a fail. So if you were drawn into those promo shots like I was and you've been curious about them, I say that they're a pass, unless you want like the balmy formula that this provides. So, all right, one more lip product, and this is going to go into a little bit of body care as well. But this is a coffee lip balm from Immortal Bath & Body, and this is a small brand out of Oregon State. And I do have to say that this is started by family members of mine. One of my brothers and his wife started this brand, and they sent me some products if I would share them with you. And I did on my Instagram stories. I showed like the soaps, showed you the different scents that they sent over. They sent over a lot of the little like, you know, little samples, like the little slivers or whatever. Wow, I'm sure that there's like an actual name for that. Sorry. But I wanted to try out several of the scents to be able to let you know about them, to try out the formula, if you will. And they threw in a couple of these lip balms. And let me tell you, this coffee lip balm, I really enjoy. The balm formula itself, I actually really like. It is more of like a, you know, chapstick style formula. So it has that thickness, that occlusive layer. I was about to say it's balmy. Of course it's balmy, Kelly. It's slippy, but not glossy. It's also not that like thick, drier feel that some lip balms have. You know, this has a little bit of moisture, but it also has a little bit of protection. I wanted to read. I actually pulled up the site because I was like, what is in these lip balms? So they say that the lip balms are made with a blend of beeswax, babassu oil, jojoba oil, and vitamin E. So this one is the coffee one. They also sent over the sweet orange. I don't think I've opened that one yet though, but this honestly smells to me. Okay, so does anybody remember those like coffee, toffee like candies? This doesn't have like a super sickly sweet smell, but there's something to that sort of like manufactured coffee smell. It's very nostalgic for me. I really like it. It's not like fresh brewed coffee. It's more of that like coffee candy smell. Hopefully that makes sense. I really like it, but both Jeremy and I have really liked the formula of this. Now, I actually really like this formula for putting on underneath lipstick because it has that balmy feel that isn't too stiff, but it also isn't too glossy. So it doesn't like mess with the wear time of lipstick really. It's very nice. These are like really inexpensive, by the way. They're like $3. So, you know, supporting a small business and a handmade balm, gotta love it. Now, these soaps. I will be honest, I don't usually reach for a bar type soap that often, but these are actually really nice. Now, the one that I have in my shower right now is chocolate fudge espresso. I had to look it up. I was like, I don't know. It's chocolate, it's coffee, it's yummy. Now, they were telling me that several ounces of actual espresso and espresso grounds go into several of the scents. So that one has definitely that bit of grit that really helps exfoliate. And when I say bit of grit, I mean a good amount of grit. Like if I use the bar itself, it's like, ooh, yeah, I'm really getting some good exfoliation with this. So sometimes I really like that. It's really nice. I can tell that the bar is going to last a really long time. And there's something to some bar soaps where it gets really like on the skin. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Like these don't really get that. I feel like with a bar soap, you get a bit more of that than you do like with like a liquid body wash, but these really don't have a lot of that. The one that Jeremy has been using is Spice Island, and I wanted to look that one up because that one smells really good. I wanted Jeremy to be able to try a couple, but I was also like, but I want all of these. So Spice Island is tea tree, black pepper, and clove. So definitely has that, you know, headier, spicy scent. This one here is Cowboy Campfire. This one smells good. Oh my gosh. Okay, I had to look up the notes on this one for sure. So it says, ooh, infused with the bold scents of leather and Texas cedarwood and featuring finely ground coffee as an exfoliant. So, yeah, okay. This is a sexy scent. It's, I think, unisexy, but it's definitely sexy. And you can see here, well, I would hope that you could see, maybe, you can see the coffee grounds that are right in there. So it's really nice. The bars of soap, by the way, are $7. They do offer bulk pricing. So if you were like, hey, I want to get a lot of lip balms, I think it was like if you bought 6, you got 50 cents off each, which I think is actually pretty good. So I think that the prices are really good for handmade products. And so far, I've really been liking it. I am sorry that I don't have more feedback on like more of the scents, but I cracked into a full-size bar. I cracked into the full-size bar that was chocolate and coffee, y'all. So it's gonna take me a little while. I'll update you in the future on some other scents that I've tried, but they do have a wide variety from like kind of like sweeter florals. They have some foodie scents. They have some more like spicy scents, you know, some things for just about everybody. So I could definitely see shopping for some gifts, and I am really enjoying, like I said, the balm really works well to layer underneath lipstick. So again, website in the description, along with all of these things. As always, you know I'll always link all of my faves for you. So, you guys, I mean, you should see my vanity right now. Oh my gosh. My whole life needs a few days of cleaning and organizing. I just have a few more products. I can't remember if I touched on this one last month or not. It's pretty much, I mean, it could be a favorite every single month. Lumify eye drops, y'all. I live on these. So right now it is allergy season, and I just find that my eyes are even more red than usual. But I also just find that in allergy season, if I am staying in a dry hotel room when I travel, I need these on hand. In fact, I forgot mine when I went to teach in Louisiana. You better believe that this girl totally had some delivered to her hotel room so that I did not look like I had been on a 3-day bender when I woke up. Can't be teaching classes looking like that. So I had them delivered. I need to have them on hand at all times. So Lumify for the win. Now, speaking of eyes, let's talk about the 2 eyeshadow palettes that I've really been enjoying. This one I hauled a while ago and saying that I really needed to use it, that I was excited to have it. And I am excited now that I've tried it. The Yucca palette from Natasha Denona, of course. Honestly, I have only worn this, I would say maybe 4 or 5 times, but honestly, like doing that in a month with as much eyeshadow as I have and, you know, like how much I've been using this other eyeshadow palette, that's saying something. And I really like the colors in here. And I found it very easy to get some beautiful, just like earthy looks. I think that this is a really nice earthy palette. I mean, obviously you've got a couple brighter pops, but it's just been very fun to use. So I am very glad I have it. I got a great deal on Mercari, so definitely enjoying having this one in my collection. So by the way, I do have a Natasha Denona discount code now. So you know the deal where you can like save on your first purchase if you sign up for a Natasha Denona account. So I will make sure to have that link down below if there's anything that you're shopping for and you want a way to save some money. So the other eyeshadow palette that I just cannot put down ever since I got it, this was sent to me in PR, but I have to tell you, the Sigma Cool Neutrals has very quickly become a favorite. There's just something that makes this so easy to use. So absolutely easy. I mean, look at this. You have a wide variety of some warm neutrals. I know it says cool neutrals, but you do have some warm. You have some like mid-tone, kind of like pinkier based, violet based. You have some smokies over here. You have everything you need in this palette. It is so pretty. I love the little extra glimmer that a few of the shades have. The mattes blend so beautifully. This is just that beautiful, it's gonna make you feel cute kind of palette, right? It doesn't have anything fancy, multi-chrome, a bajillion of chrome in it, but it does have beautiful formulas. The brush in here is actually really nice as well, so I just can't put this one down. I really can't. I would say, unexpectedly, the shade that I've really been enjoying wearing is this Angel Wing. I showed it on Instagram because it comes up as this sort of like pewter, like a taupey, yeah, it's like a taupey, cool toned with almost a little bit of rose to it with gold sparkle. I know, that sounds like a lot, doesn't it? But it really is. Let me see if I can get it on my finger here. It's like, I don't know, like you're probably not even going to be able to see that, but it really does have a lot of dimension. So for days that I'm like, you know what, I don't know what I want to wear. I just need something quick. I'll choose one matte in this palette to blow out, you know, over my entire eyelid up into the crease. And then I will just pop this one on the top. And I'm like, yep, that's going to work with just about everything. You can see it there. I think I still have whatever other glossy thing that I put on my hand. Oh, I just rubbed in that lip gloss. That's probably what it is. So it's pretty. It's just beautiful. I am very excited to have this one. Of course, my code Keep Beauty Real will also save you on your Sigma shopping. And y'all, right now, they have been having some really good deals, some really good freebies. So again, if you have not tried Sigma eyeshadow especially, give them a go, give them a try. Like, I just have really enjoyed all of the palettes that I've gotten, and the two that they've sent me in PR and the ones that I've purchased for myself. So I've just been very happy with the Sigma makeup that I have. So I just wanted to say it is a true love, even though it was sent in PR. I would definitely recommend it if you've been thinking about it. Is that it? Y'all, I think we did it. We got through a favorites. Thank you for sticking through this with me. I hope you enjoyed getting to see what I really enjoyed using for the past month into this week, you know, but pretty much for the past month. So I have a few of my vacation faves, a few that I've been wearing after or before vacation. If you do want to see everything that I traveled with on our cruise and the day before and the day after, so we had 13-day trip, had some fun in the sun. I will leave that video linked down below as well. I'm hoping to get the travel vlog edited and up to you really soon. So let me know if you have any questions about any of these down below. Please also let me know what you have been reaching for time and time again in this month, and I will see you really soon.